you're a big wrestling fan too.
I am, yes.
What got you in the who was the wrestler? What was the era that like got you into wrestling and got you hooked?
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
WrestleMania 1.
WrestleMania
I can recall
1. Okay, you're an OG.
WrestleMania 1.
OG gamer,
Actually,
and OG wrestling WWE fan.
Yes. Even before that though, there was the war to settle the score on MTV. It was Hulk Hogan and Mr. T. Hulk Hogan versus Piper, and then Mr. T came out, and that was to set up WrestleMania 1. I was watching it with my dad and my brother. So they had this big melee at the end, and everybody's throwing punches, and they're getting thrown around. And so my dad starts laughing to my brother and says, "Yeah, they probably have a beer in the back when they're all done." And I'm like, "What? What do you mean?" He's like, "Yeah, it's all fake." And that was WrestleMania 1. So I've been hooked ever since.
Now, have you been to any WrestleManias, or do you go to the wrestling live?
Not WrestleManias. I've never done that, and the ticket prices are just beyond ridiculous now.
Yeah.
But not WrestleMania, but live events. I've been to probably 30 or 40.
Oh, nice.
Live events, and I don't know if you guys are wrestling fans or not, but
Joe's
Attitude Era. Yeah.
Okay, all right. As I got older, my taste matured, and I went from Hulk Hogan to Ric Flair. So Ric Flair is my all-time favorite now. Actually, I saw him lose the title to Ricky Steamboat in Chicago. I saw him win the title from Ronnie Garvin in Chicago. I saw him and Roddy Piper versus Kevin Nash and Scott Hall and Moline. Just all over the place.
Yeah, I started a little late. I was more The Rock, Stone Cold.
Oh, that was such a great time.
Stuff like that. The Attitude Era.
DX, all that stuff. Yeah, that was a great era.
It's funny you mentioned Mr. T and Hulk Hogan and everything, because we're big Rocky fans over here. And shout out to Thunder Lips. So.
That's the name of the game, brother.
Yes.
But
yeah, Hulk Hogan's big influence too. So I enjoyed that. Not too much for the NWO stuff, but I always like the full American Hulkamania type stuff with Hulk Hogan. But it's anything in the Attitude Era was great.
let me tell you a really quick Stone Cold story. So after the matches here in Moline, we would go to Denny's, which was right by the airport, and that was where the wrestlers would always go because the hotels are right by the airport. So we're sitting there, and as we're walking in, CM Punk, Edge, and Christian are walking out. So I just kind of said, "Hey, Punk, nice match." He's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, great, thanks, appreciate it." So we go in and sit down, and as we're sitting there eating, here comes Stone Cold and his wife walking through the door, and they sit down right next to us at Denny's. And immediately, 30 or 40 people get in line at his table for an autograph. I mean, the poor guy. It's just I can't imagine having that kind of popularity, that kind of fame.
Yeah.
Sure.
By the way, Pat, man, I'm going to make a clip out of it hopefully this weekend. But last week, just to share this with you real quick, last week our guest Mike, I'm a metalhead and I'm a hardcore guy and I'm a straight edge. I really like CM Punk. I'm a straight edge. Last week, our guest Mike Valenti plays in an Albany-based band called Brick by Brick, hardcore guy. He also books shows for a living too, and he's been around Fozzy, the band Fozzy. It's Chris Jericho's band, and well, he shared some. I'm not gonna go into details, but he shared some a hilarious Chris Jericho story. So if you ever get the chance, and you want to laugh, check out the Chris Jericho story from last week's live stream. It was hilarious.
Awesome. I'll check it out.
Yeah. I had a couple of wrestling encounters. I worked in radio for a number of years, so I met the Big Show when WWE came to Syracuse. Shaking his hand was like cool. Shaking it was like shaking a catcher's mitt. His hand was huge.
I believe it.
And I've met Chris Jericho myself because I'm a Fozzy fan, and also, and I've never met Shawn Michaels, but I don't know if I would call it a funny story, but Joe knows the story. Shawn Michaels got into a bar fight in Syracuse and got jumped.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Jumped by seven people, 7 Marines.
Yeah. Oh, okay. That happened in our backyard. That happened in our backyard.
No kidding. Wow.
Yeah, right in Syracuse. Yep. So that's a few wrestling things. I'm trying to think of anything else that comes to mind.
Yeah, I haven't met any big ones, but I did meet Carlito once.
Oh, that's cool.
I think I was wearing a Triple H shirt or something, and he looked straight at me. He goes, "You need to step up your game. Get yourself a Carlito shirt."
Mick Foley's coming to Syracuse this weekend to do. He's doing autographs at the mall, I think. I'm trying to think who else. I know Ric Flair came here a few years ago doing autographs. Pat-Man, who do you think is the best wrestler turned actor?
Wrestler turned actor. Well, I mean, the most successful, obviously, is The Rock. I mean, he's the biggest movie star in the world.
Yeah.
But I mean, I don't know how great of an actor the guy is, but I mean, he's pretty entertaining, even in the movies. I mean, you look at Jumanji and some of these other movies he's made. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
No, I would say The Rock, but John Cena's starting to, capitalize.
Yeah,
on.
Right.
I mean, he just did that crazy thing at the Oscars, so.
That was funny.
That was great.
Honestly, I think it's Batista right now.
Oh, Batista. Geez, I forgot about him.
Yeah.
I know he can't do comedy like John Cena can. He doesn't have the timing that John Cena has, especially in like Peacemaker and stuff. But man, when you see Batista in 007, and then and of course most recently Dune, I gotta get.
I have not seen Dune.
I think you would love it, Pat. But
speaking of Batista though, he was good in Guardians of the Galaxy. I mean, he had really good comic timing in that. So yeah, I can see that. Sure.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many of them out there, but I think right now Batista right now is the best one.
I thought you were going to say Hulk.
The biggest one, but
I thought you were going to say Hulk Hogan and Mr. Nanny.
You know what? Pat-Man, I have a soft spot for No Holds Barred and Suburban Commando. I have soft spot for those movies.
Commando, yes.
I have not seen Suburban Commando. I have seen No Holds Barred, but not Suburban Commando.
Oh, if you get a chance, it's great.
Yeah.